from being a normal beekeeper to being one of the most dangerous drug dealers in the whole Ireland. This is the story of Clifton Collins. So basically, Clifton Collins was an Irish beekeeper in the north of Ireland. He used to have thousands of bees, but unfortunately, he was seduced into doing illegal activities, like for example, selling the drugs in the Irish market. So he withdrew from his job of being an Irish beekeeper to being a drug dealer, and he amassed a fortune doing these illegal activities. Actually, he put all his fortune on Bitcoin, and he bought a total sum of the impressionant amount of 6,000 bitcoins. When he had these 6,000 bitcoins, he started trying to hide these bitcoins. So what he did, basically, he put all this bitcoin on a cold wallet, and he put this cold wallet inside of a fishing rod. So in his rural area where he used to do these beekeeper activities, he put this fishing rod with all the 6,000 bitcoins. Right now, the price of these 6,000 bitcoins is around 55 million euro or 46 million pounds. So basically, he was extremely rich, one of the most rich drug dealers in the whole Ireland. Not comparable to other drug dealers like Pablo Escobar or El Chapo Guzman, but he had a considerable fortune because Pablo Escobar actually didn't have only millions, he had billions before being captured by the police. So when Clifton Collins was captured by the Irish police, he was sentenced to 5 years of jail in Ireland. Unfortunately, he didn't know where the fishing rod was. He went to his beekeeper rural spot, but he didn't found these things that he used to have from his drug dealing activities. He didn't found the fishing rod, and as he confessed in a public interview, he didn't found the fishing rod. So all his fortune was gone. The 6,000 bitcoins were gone, and he was a normal man again. So basically, all his illegal activities were erased by a mistake, and he actually passed 5 years in prison. This is the reason why he was very upset. Actually, this is not something we need to glorify, but he almost lost 55 million euro. What this story tell us? That we need to always remember our keys for our cryptos, so we don't have the same story as Clifton Collins. Another thing we have to consider is that Clifton Collins did this movement of hiding all his Bitcoin on a fishing rod because he was trying to not be stolen by the hackers, because actually he put 500 bitcoins in 12 different cold wallets, and he put all these cold wallets in an aluminum and put it inside a fishing rod. But unfortunately, the fishing rod was lost and all his fortune was gone. So yes, people can be sometimes afraid that you are going to lose money from hackers or from some sort of scam, but we always have to remember our keys so we don't have this same problem as Clifton Collins. So what's the moral of this story? Basically, the moral of this story is that we need to write in a piece of paper our personal keywords, and if we are going to put our cryptocurrencies in a cold wallet, we need to do some backup so we don't suffer the same loss as Clifton Collins. So basically, Clifton Collins ended up resuming his beekeeper activities in his rural concentration in the north of Ireland, and he decided to continue the good path and being a good beekeeper. So maybe we need to realize that when we do something that is illegal or is wrong, we need to keep in mind that the money that comes easy also goes easy. That's the reason why we need to try to handle this with a lot of effort, because when we lose money from this, we actually are going to having a serious problem to recover this. For example, there is an Argentinian guy that lost $6,000 from Bitcoin, and actually he need to do a process of recoverment with a lawyer and doing a complaint. This was possible because the Ethereum, the 6,000 Ethereum he lost, were in the same address from AstroPay, because he just did a mistake with the network, but the address was right. That's the reason why he had the possibility to recover doing a legal procedure. Now we will understand why Clifton Collins hide all his money in Bitcoin. The reason for this is because Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are untraceable. The police can't trace this crypto, and that's the reason why he put all his money in cryptos and other things that were unregulated in the market. So keep in mind that you have to be careful with your decisions and always think of the consequence you do that can affect your loved ones and your future. Thank you for listening this video, and I hope you enjoy the story of the beekeeper that was transformed in a drug dealer. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and we will continue with these stories of cryptocurrencies and the latest updates in the market. Thank you, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.